Hey everyone, it's Stamp Ventures with Shauna. Welcome to my Wednesday evening tutorial. I had book club last night, so I wasn't able to do my Tuesday tutorial as usual. And so today I'm going to be turning this small pile of cardstock and paper into a Christmas card. And I'll share that with you in a few minutes. First, I'm going to see if I can sync up with my iPad, and I think I might have figured out why, or not why, I can't see the comments, but maybe I figured out a way I can see the comments. So we'll see if how I figured this out. There we go. Yes. Hi to Glenda. Hi to Melanie. Yay. I had to turn my iPad sideways, which seems so strange. Normally, before I was able to just see them on a horizontal screen. Yeah, and now I have to change it to a vertical screen. And there's Robin too. So hello everyone for who's joining me tonight. And I'll get with the card making in just a moment. Some of you might have seen my post from last night. This is the book that we discussed at book club last night, Dear Mrs. Bird. And basically what it says down here, funny, fresh, and touching, a pitch perfect pleasure. That's by the author of the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Society and Potato Peel Pie Society, and it's a similar kind of book as that one as well. A little bit funny, a little bit heartbreaking, set during the Second World War. So it's fairly easy read, but kind of fun. And a couple other things that I always share to start out my videos. Oh, there's Debbie along there too. Hi, Debbie. We've got a funny for tonight, and this one I should have shared with you about a month ago, but the snow is still here even though Halloween is over. When you want to be the Little Mermaid for Halloween, but you live in Saskatchewan. And there she is, and she does have like her little bikini top, her sparkly bikini top over her snowsuit or jacket. It looks like it's a snowsuit actually. Yeah, so that's us in this part of the world. And my weather word for the day, it's average. It was a pretty nice day here. It wasn't too windy, it wasn't too cold. I think we got up to like, I don't know what it was, a high of -4 or something. So I'll take that. I'll take average any day. Average is, good. One more thing I want to mention really quickly, my appreciation board is just about filled up, and these are people who in the last 3 months have placed an order of $50 or more, and for every $50 in that particular order that they spend, they get their name placed on the board. So there's only 4 more spots left, and when that's filled up, I will be going live and doing a draw for that. So you can keep an eye out for that pretty soon. And many of you know last week I was at the Stampin' Up! Convention in Las Vegas. There were a couple of the convention venues here in Canada, but I had gone to the Vegas one, and I just thought I'd quickly share with you the Christmas cards that I received from the swaps in Vegas. I know most of you are probably getting close to being done your Christmas cards, but it's always fun to see new ideas, and I'll try to hold these for a moment or two so you can get a good look and grab a screenshot if you want to. So there's the one with the plaid and some designer paper, and this one was Katie Semeka. And love these cute snowmen. There we go. That's a nice little snowy idea there. Some of them don't say who they're from, but I love all the ideas. Love how they dot the I with the gem. And I haven't gotten out this embossing folder for a long time, so this was a nice reminder to me to get that one out. It looks like they've stamped with the the silver ink there are yeah, metallic inks that I think were, if the silver's not sold out, it's probably close to it. They were so popular this year. We're really hoping they'll bring them back. This is really cool. This is, I think it's called a double Z fold, double Z if you're in the United States, and shows off that cup of cheer really nicely. And some of the plaid paper as well. This one, I do know who it's from. It says on the inside, and it is Linda Bedinger, and she called this. She has a little, like, look at, there's instructions and everything with it. She calls it a 3-panel fold card. Isn't that really nice? That shows off the designer paper. And I think this designer paper is sold out as well. So a lot of our premium things that people were really excited about are starting to disappear from the holiday catalog. And just always keep in mind, if there's something that's really at the top of your list from a seasonal catalog, order that very first, and then the other things that you may or may not be able to live without, order those second, because sometimes things do disappear during those seasonal catalogs. So, and on December 3rd, Stampin' Up! Is going to announce which things I think are discontinuing and which things are going to carry over into the spring. And there may or may not be a couple things that are discounted. So I'd suggest mark December 3rd on your calendar and check to see if there are some sale items. I remember making some of these gift card holders about a year or two ago. I just love, it's such a good idea. You just fold this part of this front flap back, and then you create a pocket to put a gift card in there. And this has got the, isn't that a really nice business card from Kate Amberg? She's from Las Vegas. There we go. Okay. And then this isn't a Christmas card, but it's from product that's in the Christmas or holiday catalog, and it's got one of these distinctive stamps, the tree and the, I can't even remember what the name of this stamp set is. I really liked the shading in it, and so that was fun to get that one in the swap because I don't have that stamp set. And finally, this card is using the Christmas Time Is Here paper, which I've been really enjoying lately, but they've used it and turned it into a Valentine's Day card. So I thought that was great. This paper, even though it's called Christmas Time Is Here, is so much more than just Christmas. And so I'll just remind you of what I have done with the Christmas Time Is Here paper so far. You've seen me do some videos on some other weeks, and so here's some from the Christmas Time Is Here collection as well. And this, when I did this one last week, it turned into a gift card holder with the pocket, and I love how it showed off both sides of the designer paper. And this one was a pretty one that I did with for a Christmas stack class, and it was fun to use the beautiful band in the Band Together dies. Just a simple wishing you season full of family, friends, and happiness. So, but more of that paper. And then the first video I did, like, what is it, 3 weeks ago or so, I showed off using the paper with the great big roses on it, and the Feels Like Frost dies. That's the name of the paper, Feels Like Frost. I'm not sure if that's the name of the dies too, but it's the dies from that suite. And yeah, this one was super fun to do, and you can see it's really sparkly. So I'm going to be using some of the paper again from the Christmas Time Is Here, and it's just a small piece. It's 3 inches by 4 inches, and the nice thing about those dimensions is that you can get 12 pieces out of a 12 by 12 inch piece of the full designer sheet of paper. So I love that. And basically the inspiration from my card, it also came from a swap from Vegas, but it wasn't the idea that I got originally wasn't a Christmas card. It was this one here. This is some really funky paper from the annual catalog. And I just liked how it was simple, and it just made the paper the highlight of the front of the card. And look at how it opens. Like that. And it's super simple. I'll give you the measurements and everything so you can replicate this at home. I'm gonna get tons of mileage out of this card idea. Basically, it's a quarter sheet of cardstock, and then there's like a mini card on top of it. And I don't know if there's an official name for this kind of fold. I called it, in my video here, I called it a half. Did I say? I think I said a half fold card because only half of it folds up and down. It's a little bit more than half, but yeah, it's really cool. So I'll show you how I'm going to do this with the idea with the Christmas Time is Here roses paper. And so to begin with, there is the quarter sheet of cherry cobbler cardstock, so 5.5 by 4.25, and then I took a piece of Whisper White, and it's just the 1/4 inch smaller, so 5.25 by 4, and I'm going to layer that onto here. And you may not be able to see, but I'll just hold it up a little bit closer. I did run this through the Subtles embossing folder so that it's just got a very slight texture to it. And you know, if I pulled over and plugged in my extra lamp, that might help for you to be able to see a little bit more of the detail too. I'll just grab the lamp, it's right here. There, that adds a tiny bit more light to things. So yeah, gonna glue those, and I'll just use I always have this debate with this paper, which is the front and which is the back. It's such a subtle texture. I guess it's not really right or wrong either way, but I'll just go like this. And as I said, if you've seen a card like this before, that, you know, half of it kind of opens up like that, if you've seen a card and there's a special name for it, let me know, because I'm curious to find other samples of it out there. And unfortunately, the person who swapped with me and gave me this card, there was no personal information, no indication of who had made it. So yeah, I'm just going by what I received. All right, now we're gonna make a mini card that's gonna be glued to this front quarter panel. And so this is 8.5 inches wide, so the width of the regular standard cardstock, and it is tall, 3.25, so 8.5, 3.25, and then scored at 4.25. So basically, when you fold this mini card, you get a 4.25 by 3.25 sized mini card, and that's gonna glue just slightly off center to the left. And I guess, you know, you can kind of gauge what you think looks best, play around with it. There's probably no right or wrong. When I did a card like this at a class last weekend, the one person, she did hers like right, I think she did it right close to the edge, so it really was just the half on the one side. So there are, you know, a few different options that you can do with this. And it's one of those things where once you get the basic idea, people start to run with it and come up with their own variation on it too. So, and I'll go for about there. I don't know what that is, like one full finger width from the left, something like that. Oh, hi to Cindy. Oh, thanks for tuning in from North Dakota. I'm here in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, Cindy. All right, so now there's that 3" by 4" piece of designer paper, and that's going to get glued on to the front. People may be noticing that I'm tending to use my liquid glue a lot more lately. When it's a white cardstock or a designer series cardstock, I just use very little bits of it so it doesn't get too thick and lumpy, but I do like that once you lay it down, you have time to wiggle it around and get it in place so that it's fairly straight and the borders are all even and that kind of thing. I like that you have that option. On the inside, I've got a sentiment that I'm going to stamp. This card that I received, it didn't have a sentiment. Depending on how much you want to write in there, you might not even want to stamp the inside because it is a fairly small space to write. The sentiments that I'm using today, I was looking and looking to see what would I find that fits into you know, a circle die really well. And yeah, this is how I store my nested circle dies. I just put them on one of these binder rings and hold them all together like that. I found these ones from the Cup of Christmas, and well, sending you a cup of cheer, I didn't think that really kind of fit with the rose theme, but Sweet Christmas Wishes kind of does, because roses smell beautiful. They smell very sweetly. So I'm going to, oh, I've got 2 sentiments going here. This is the one that'll be on the circle on the front here. Sweet Christmas Wishes. There we go. Yeah, it is kind of different, isn't it, Linda? Yeah, that's what really attracted it to me, is just a little bit different from our regular cards. And then this was from this Cup of Christmas as well, a little saying for the inside, wishing you Christmas filled with love and happiness. And it wouldn't necessarily even have to be Christmas, because the roses could be just, it could be like this one, sending well wishes your way. It could be get well. It could be a winter wedding. It could be thinking of you. There's so many things that the roses could be used for, not just the Christmas season. All right, so this piece as well for the inside is also 3" by 4". And then these 2 pieces, yeah, just, they were the 2 circles that were next to each other in my set of circle dies. So I guess there's just probably like a 1/4 inch difference, which would be basically 1/4 inch borders that I have on the base of the card as well. And these 2 layers are just going to be glued flat together, and then I'll grab some dimensionals. There, something like that. And because I'm going to be having this halfway off that mini card on the front, I'm just going to put my dimensionals on that side. And I'm getting to the end of this pack, and I'll just pull off these extra ones here. Oh, might as well. I'll put one there too so that it's good and sturdy. And so let's see, how much do I want it on and off? I think you don't necessarily want to go like straight in half. You might want to go like 2/3 of it onto the designer paper and 1/3 off. Doing things in thirds tends to be a fairly pleasing way for the eye to see things. So there we go. There's Sweet Christmas Wishes, or using non-Christmas paper. And then I've got 2 more cards that I can show you that I did with my Christmas card class this past week. One of them was using, again, this beautiful paper. This was the same paper from here, and unfortunately, as I said, it's sold out. But yeah, deck the halls with boughs of holly and be jolly. And we just used some circle punches, so my circle here isn't quite as big as these ones are, so maybe not as good for balance, but they were fun and easy to do. And then we took this same idea and we did it as a non-Christmas card, and still using that pack of paper, but here's to celebrating you, birthday cheers all around. I've started now with my Christmas card classes. I usually have an optional card that is non-Christmas, so that if somebody's got a family member with a December birthday, or you know, something else coming up that they need to celebrate or recognize, it's not just Christmas cards that they might be going home with. They have that option for other events and sentiments and that kind of thing. So thank you so much for joining me for my video today. I hope that gave you some ideas and ways of getting out that designer paper and using it on all kinds of projects. Like I said, 12 of these little pieces in one sheet, you could be well on your way to having a pile of cards done. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be watching the comments and answering anything that you may be wondering about. And if you're looking to order any product from Stampin' Up, I can be found in stampventures.stampinup.net, and I do have a host code for the month of November, which is just about done. Next time I see you, it'll probably be December. Have a great rest of the week, everyone, and thanks so much for joining me. Bye for now.